So this is Keyboard Interactions with R.O.b, and this is a program that we created to show how keyboard interactions work with P5 using our buddy named R.O.b. So I'm going to click the Start button, and once I click the Start button, I'm brought to the screen, and there are 4 directions that we can go in, and this is control with the arrow keys. So there's key pressed and key release, key code and keys down, what is keyboard interaction, and play with R.O.b, which you actually have to play with the robot itself. So I'm going to press the left arrow key, which will take me to key pressed and key released. And R.O.b will pull the screen, and it'll give us this, and it'll say, hey, click the J and K keys to change the color of my lights. Notice the difference of pressing J and releasing K. So I'm going to press J, and I'm going to press it. Just one press, and if you notice, look at the top head, you'll notice the light turns on. And I can turn it off, it's toggleable, so I turn it on and off. And let's look at the bottom one. So if I press K, if I press it down, nothing's going to happen. But if I release it, the light turns on. And this is basically what happens with key pressed and key released. So we can check how it works over here with this button. And it's going to tell us this is done by using a value to hold the color. If I press J, then the R.O.b head on the top turns on its light. And this is different because with the K key, because you have to release K. So we have key pressed and key released. So I'm going to go back, and now we can check out key code and keys down. So R.O.b pulls the screen and brings us this arcade machine. And it's a claw machine that says uses key code and keys pressed. If you use the key arrows to move the claw and enter to extend it, you can catch a bear, and then you can use the backspace key to drop it. So I can move this around with my left and right arrow keys, and if I were to click enter, it would pick up a teddy bear. And it's going to stay stuck in there, and I can still move it around. And if I were to press backspace, the bear is gone, and it's dropped down. So now I can check how this works again. And it will tell me this claw machine uses the keys code and keys down variables. Key code contains the keys needed, and keys down checks when the key is held down. So if the key is enter, and then it will move down. Or for example, if key is down, which being the left arrow, then the claw will move left, and this code over here will stop the claw from getting out of bounds. And it's the exact same with the right arrow. So I'm going to go back, and now I'm going to do what is keyboard interaction. So R.O.b pulls the screen upwards, and he gives us some examples of how keyboard interaction is used in something like a computer or any software or something like that. So, for example, Control-C, Control-X, Control-V, Alt-F4, things like those. And he also says, games also use keyboard interaction. Does this remind you of anything? And he shows some of these pictures, which I'm sure will remind us of something. So the last thing I'm going to do is play with R.O.b, and I'm going to click up, and he's going to pull the screen upwards, and he'll say, hey, I've made it with all types of keyboard functions, try controlling me with the arrow keys. Then there's actually a how to use page, which tells us to use the left and right arrow keys to move R.O.b's arms, and the up and down keys to move his torso, being this. So I can move it around, and I can move it up and down, and the left and right, which is a very fun concept, and I had a lot of fun making this with my friend. And if you actually interact with them enough, you'll see that his text changes. You really like pushing my buttons. So that's it. That's our entire program. Thank you.